So I was going to do a quick Nearpod tutorial. I kind of want to do like a basic Nearpod. So if you haven't used Nearpod very often and you just want to know like what your resources are, how to create a lesson, different tools you can add into your lessons to make them more interactive with your students, especially since we're going to remote learning after this week. So the first thing I wanted to show you was your Nearpod library. We are a gold membership district Nearpod. We have a license that gives us all the benefits of being a gold member. And when you log in, you should see your library, your reports, and then we have a school library and a district library where you can share lessons that you make or find lessons that have already been created. And then you click the Nearpod library, and that's where you go to find lessons that have already been created. So before you go to create a lesson, there are thousands and thousands of lessons in the Nearpod library that you can find one by your state, by your standard, by your subject, by your grade. You can find them for ESL. You can find them for virtual field trips. All different kinds of lessons that are already made for you. So you can come in and you can go to North Carolina. And you can pick like you want ELA and you want second grade. And then it brings up all these different lessons already made for ELA. And they'll just keep going and going and going because there's so many lessons that are pre-made lessons. So if you find one you like, say you want to do a lesson on comparing and contrasting. When you open the lesson up, you can preview it right here to see if you like the lesson. And then you can go to the little share button and you can click it and you can email it, do a link, embed it, click and remind. You can also go to it, and once you open it up and click it, my computer's a little slow. You can click add to my library and it will put it right into your library. And once you add it to your library, it is your lesson. So I'm going to go back to my library now. And go back one more. So now in my library, these are all my folders I've made. I now have the compare and contrast Nearpod featuring vocabulary lesson. I am now able to preview it. If you didn't already preview it, you're also able to edit it. So once you click edit, it's going to make you duplicate the lesson so you're not messing up the original. And then you can come in and you can delete slides that you don't want. You can add stuff into it. You can change the back or the theme, whatever you want to do to it to make it the lesson you want for your students. And then you just click save and exit once you've made changes to it. And then you have that lesson in your Nearpod library. So that is how you find a lesson from the Nearpod library and add it to yours to start creating like a database of lessons that you can use again in the future. You also, like I said, there's an English Learners tab. You can go into, there's so many different lessons. There's vocabulary lessons. But all those, that's how you go ahead and take a lesson that's already been made and then add it into your library for you to use with your students. So that was the first video that I want to make, was how do you take a lesson that's already been created and tweak it to make it your